Hey everybody, Daddio of the Patio Barbecue here. Today we're going to be cleaning my Pit Boss Pro Series 850. We're also going to go over why it's so important to keep your smoker clean. Stay tuned.
So there's just a few simple tools that I use to clean up my smoker. You can get these at any local hardware store. Use a paint scrubber. That way you scrape off all the gunk and grease. Phillips head screwdriver, because for this particular unit you're going to need it to get the temperature probe out. Degreaser, shop rags, a shop vac, and of course nitrile gloves, because you got to keep your hands clean while you're cleaning your pit. And you're also going to need a good scrub brush. First thing I always like to do is clean off the grill grates. So this particular Pit Boss, the grill grates have a special coating on them, so you want to use a brush that has soft bristles so you don't scrape off that coating. Now that I've cleaned off the grill grates, I'm going to take them out and clean off the heat shield. I just like to put them off to the side here. And lastly, we'll take the sear plate rod out of the way. Now I like to try to keep the entire mess inside the smoker. So I'm going to take this heat shield out here. I'm going to first take out this sear plate, just put it off to the side. I'll take care of that in a minute. Then I'm going to pull out this heat shield, keep it inside the smoker. Take my scraper and scrape all this junk off. All this buildup is a hazard. You can end up starting a fire if you're not careful. We definitely don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to scrape everything here into the smoker. That way the cleanup is a lot easier on the back end. I'm going to put that to the side. And then I'm going to get my sear plate. I'm going to do the same thing. Keep it inside the smoker. Scrape all the particles off inside here. Then I'm going to put my sear plate back on the side here. And inside here, got the Firebox, grease buildup, as well as all the pellet dust. So I'm just going to try to scrape everything in here. Make sure all the grease is off. So after we're done scraping off all of the grease, we're going to use the shop vac, suck out all the dust and grease particulate. So equally important to cleaning the grease and the dust out of your smoker, you need to clean off this temperature probe. If you don't do that, you run the risk of having temperature spikes or error codes popping up on your display board here. So this is where you need your Phillips head screwdriver. And all there are is 2 screws here behind this, holding this heat shield up. Make sure you don't lose them. Remove this heat shield. Take one of your shop rags. You just scrub it here. Make sure you get all the grease and grime off. See, it's very important. Make sure that guy is nice and clean. I'm going to put the heat shield back on. Now that we've cleaned out the inside of the smoker and cleaned off the temperature probe, I'm going to put the inside back together. First, we'll start with the heat shield. Now there are these 2 slats here. You have to line these slats up here on the left side to fit properly, because you want it to slant down towards the grease trap. That way you avoid any grease fire. Next, I'm going to put the sear plate back in. locks in that way. And we're going to put the rod back in. That moves the sear plate back and forth. Then we'll put our grill grates back in. So after we've put the inside of the smoker back together, I like to take my degreaser and spray the whole outside, make it look nice and pretty. Because if you take care of your smoker, it's going to take care of you.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe.